So as you saw from the time lapse, been at it for a good few hours again today. What I've been doing is just kind of going over it all and making sure that there's no flat bits anywhere, because like I said to you before, once it's been wet and washed and things like that, sometimes you can start to see scratches. So there's little bits that could have done with a little bit more of a buff, so I've been doing that. Shh. I'm just going to do the same. Shush! Naughty! Guard dogs. I'm just going to do the same on the other side. And because I cut all the front of it yesterday, bumper and everything, cut the back, and I've just gone over it again. I've gone over this whole side, so I'm going to go over the other side and check the roof, and then that should be all cut and done. And then basically what I'm going to do is then go over the whole car and polish it with a different polish, and then I'm going to wax the whole car at least once. So still quite a lot to do, but I really would like to get this finished today, because the wheels are a bit of a mess, so I'm going to need to do the wheels as well. So let's crack on. Alright, so finally I'm finished with all the cutting. So all the scratches are away, or they're vastly improved, so you can't really see them. So I'll let you have a look around it. What I'm going to do now is basically start with the next polishing compound, and that's just to give it a nice kind of deep shine. So it's kind of finer, so if you were to look at it under a microscope, or maybe not quite as magnified as that, you'd be able to see obviously the compound that we've just used has made kind of finer scratches, if you like, than like the sandpaper kind of thing. So the next polish that we're going to use is even finer, so that makes it even more smooth. And then basically we're going to then put wax into it, which will protect it, and also that's what really gives it the deep shine. So I'll let you have a look around it just now, and you can see how it is. You might look at it and think, why do you need to do any more? Don't really. I mean, it's a good idea to wax it to protect it. But yeah, I mean, it is pretty shiny, but I know that another coat with a milder polish will make a really big difference, so it'll be even shinier. So and it's not really that much effort compared to what we've just done. So basically a little bit more effort for a much bigger result. So let's have a look and see what we think. That's where I was just leaning against the car, and I've covered it in sun cream, which isn't really what you want. But yeah, I polished these metal bits up as well, just use compound neat on a cloth, and got them nice and clean. So that's the front. There's mild holograms on the bonnet, which is basically because I used a bit too much compound. Sorry, someone's dog set all of my dogs off. So there we go, looking nice and shiny, no obvious scratches. Need to wipe that off for sure. You can see what I mean about the wheels. They're a bit of a mess. So, need to look at that. It's kind of dusty again already, I need to wipe it off, but you get the gist of how it's looking. I still need to touch in these wee bits of broken paint there that I mentioned. It's quite dusty here because I've not wiped it off since I last polished it. But there we go, we've got a really nice shine already. And remember, that was absolutely covered in scratches. So we'll crack on with the next coat. Hi everyone, so here we are, another day, finally almost finished with this paint correction. So all I need to do now is to wax it. It was quite late when I finished last night, and I was just trying to get it done before it was too dark, so I didn't film it to show you what it was like after I polished it. So I'm going to let you have a look at it now, and then I'm going to fire it back on time lapse and then basically just apply the wax by hand. Not sure whether I've done a video on that or not, maybe I will just in case. Yeah, so just apply the wax by hand and then use the buffer to take it off, and that should give us a nice kind of deep crystal shine, and then we can call the bodywork done and then think about moving on to the wheels. Maybe start the prep today, but that'll be another episode anyway, and hopefully get them painted tomorrow, and then we can call this job done. So have a look and see what you think. So I just gave it a quick wipe off with quick detailer. If you're ever gonna wipe a car with a cloth, unless you've just polished it and it's super clean, it's always a good idea to wet it with something, because any light dirt or whatever in the paint is gonna scratch it really easily. So I basically just sprayed a little bit of quick detailer on it. I can see a couple of polish bits that I've missed, but that's okay. And yeah, just gave it a wipe down, taking some of the polish that was still there off, just little bits. I didn't mask any of it, I didn't actually have any masking tape. You can see a big bit of paint polish even there, but that's okay, we'll sort that out. And I think most of the white bits you see on the bonnet are just chips, so we'll get to that as well. But I'm planning on touching up the chips while I'm waiting on things drying on the wheels, so perhaps in between coats of primer or whatever, so it's not wasted time. So there's the roof as well. So all you can see is the sky and the tree, which is kind of what you want. So There we go. It was a lot of work, but from a car that was, well, pretty much covered in scratches, with some pretty deep ones, but mainly just lots of little scratches. It's certainly looking a lot better. So let's crack on and get the waxing done. Just to show you the waxing one-handed, hopefully. So I've given the bottle a shake. It's quite thin. So pop that on, get the applicator, and then just rub it in. Just straight back and forward motions. Simple as that. It's starting to rain, so I've finished doing a couple of coats of wax, so I'll give you a quick look at it and yeah, see what you think. So there we go. Hopefully you'll agree, it's a really good shine. So great to have gotten rid of all those scratches, but also just to put that kind of glossy shine back into it again. Yeah, so I need to resolve these now because they stick out like a sore thumb. And the roof as well. So there we go. So I hope you enjoyed watching the paint correction on this one, and that's going to be the end of this episode. It's actually ended up being more episodes than I thought, but it's also taken a lot longer than I thought it would, but never mind. Really happy with the finished result, so that's good. So I'm going to get onto the wheels tomorrow, and painting them will be the final episode on this car. And yeah, it's going to be a case of painting the wheels on the car with the tyres on, so you can see how I go about doing that, and hopefully it turns out okay. So thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit thumbs up, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.